exciting this morning because first up today, we've assembled a group of ladies for a little girl talk. Today's topic is college. We're going to take a look back at how it was, and we're also invited a few current students to tell us what it's really like right now as well.
Yeah, I love this. We're calling it our college panel, then and now. First, we'll start with the nows. We have Lisa Mihalik. She's at Marquette University, former intern right here at the Morning Blend, and works as an assistant news director. How about that? Woo-woo for her school's TV station. We also have Jariah Pedersen. She's a current intern with us. She's at, whoa, there we go.
We look just alike.
Is it me with the fun bun? She's a senior at UWM, about to apply for law school, and she's a married college student.
Yeah.
She's got the bling on the finger.
Gonna get that, we're gonna get that perspective as well. And now for the thens.
Yay!
Carol Barrelman is a has-been. She's also a frequent guest of the show. She went to Northern Illinois University. She's also a professor of English at Alverno College.
So can I count as now as well, since I'm still in college?
Yeah, I think that counts as then and now.
You can try, but one of our other has-beens is
Thank
Molly.
you.
Molly rounds out the thens. She graduated from college in 1990.
Believe it or not.
Oh yeah, hard to believe though. She went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison and the University of Missouri-Columbia.
And we decided that Tiffany graduated right in the middle of all of us, so she's going to be our moderator this morning.
Yes.
With the fun bun.
I was born the year Carol graduated from college.
Oh, I hate you even more. Oh my God.
See, the fun thing I said to Molly, so the fun thing about that is that today, I can't even joke, because these girls for sure were not born when I graduated high school, so we're fine. it's all coming full circle.
It's all relative.
Yeah, so
I told her, don't say stuff like that.
No, don't. I hate her.
She insists. It's so great. I love it.
She used to be my best friend.
It's still there. It's still there. Okay, so we're gonna do a little Q&A with you guys. First of all, we want to know a little bit about your majors. What major did you have? Why did you choose it? And did you or will you seek a job in that career field? So, Carol, let's start over with you.
I was double major, journalism and English, and I wanted to be a writer, and so I wanted to pick the two things that I thought might get me a job as a writer. So that's how I started.
And you're doing it.
And I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I have to say, though, that I loved college so much that I just kept going and eventually got so many degrees that I couldn't do anything else but stay and teach.
And be a professor.
Perpetual student.
That's right.
I have a journalism degree, and I used it. I mean, I started looking for a job as a reporter as soon as I graduated, and I always tell people the reason I went for a journalism degree is because no math was required in college.
Me too.
Seriously. I mean, I was like so out of the math.
Girls, Jariah?
I'm journalism, and I'm also pre-law. I felt like everyone's like, oh, you should be political science, you should be political science. And I'm just like, what am I going to do with that, though? So journalism was like the natural progression for me. So it's just like, oh, I'll do that. And then I plan to go to law school, but if that doesn't work out, you might see me here again. I'm going to live on this couch. I'll need a home.
You're open.
Exactly.
Okay. Lisa.
How about you, Lisa?
I'm a broadcast major and dance minor. Actually, before Marquette, I was a figure skater, so it's all about the performing for me, and I'm doing everything I can to seek a job in the broadcast world. So.
And you graduate soon.
I do, which it's a little scary, but it's exciting at the same time. I graduate in May.
Awesome.
Well done.
Good for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, you guys are going to really have to rack your brain on this next one. And for you girls, it might be a little easier. What was the hardest part about transitioning from home to college? Because I remember when I first transitioned into college, and I was really scared because I grew up in a small town, 600 people, and I just thought there's no way I'll ever have the same kind of community feel where I feel like like I'm on top or kind of thing in a bigger city. So for me, it was very scary.
It was scary for me because I had just emigrated from Scotland. And so my family had just come from Scotland. We were literally within 6 months of living in the United States, so I didn't want to go too far from home. I had 2 brothers, no sisters. I suddenly was in a dorm with all girls. It was like, what is wrong with these people?
That was hard because we all grew up with brothers.
Yeah, same with me.
It was very hard to adjust to having girls who wanted to be my sister. I'm like, excuse me, no.
Yeah, I have 2 brothers also. That was a big transition, but I've realized only in the last couple of weeks that I'm an introvert. The hardest thing for me, seriously, was going from high school and having this really tight group of like 12 friends to going to college. Oh, look at my hair. That's for you,
my
Lisa.
gosh.
Look
Is
at
that a
hair.
glamour shot?
No, it looks like I have like a fur like
I thought
shawl
you
on or
did.
something. No,
that you again?
that's shorter hair. But the picture right before that was all hair. That was all
I thought
hair.
that was a scarf.
No, it was all
That's not a scarf.
That is all
or a beard.
hair.
Oh, she did grow up with brothers.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's
all right.
genetic.
But yeah, then transitioning to always having to meet new people. Hard.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Yeah.
I mean, we're close
Would
to
you like
it.
to go first?
Well, it was definitely scary for me too. You are walking into a whole new environment. You're trying to meet people, and that's easy and hard at the same time because everyone's trying to find themselves. You're trying to find yourself, and you have all these life lessons thrown at you that you didn't even know existed. So it's hard and it is scary. I agree.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to feel like you adjusted?
Oh gosh, well, freshman year I was just kind of bopping around, just kind of doing my thing, didn't really know much about anything. I feel like second semester sophomore year is when I felt more confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Dara?
For me, I think the transition was nice. I went to the all-girls Catholic school, so it was like
Yay for
boys,
all-girls schools.
boys, you know. So, and you know, I have 8 sisters, so it was nice to get some testosterone. Like
You were the
I'm just
opposite.
kidding. Right? So
Yeah.
it was good stuff. But I think I meshed very well. I stayed on one of the smallest floors in my dorm, so we were all very tight. We still talk to this day.
Did
so it
you
was really
marry your
nice.
first boyfriend then?
No, I didn't.
Because you're young still.
It was a busy year.
But being a married college student, your experience has got to be different than all the other single students out there.
I think so. I feel like it, to a certain extent, it settled me down a little. I was never very like wild. I was never very into like partying and stuff like that. I mean, I did it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think to a certain extent, you start. I guess you think deeper about things. You see the importance of certain things, and just like suddenly partying isn't everything. It's not about hanging out with your friends. It's about building a life with someone. It's about
Right, and your plan for the future is including a whole nother person right at that
exactly.
point. And
So
that really
that's a
changes
whole
your
nother
focus,
bag
I
of
think.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you guys afraid of getting a job when you graduated? I mean, both of you are working in the field that you wanted. So were you scared? Was there more pressure because that's where you really wanted to be?
I was horribly afraid of it. At the time I graduated, you know this story, I had an advisor who said, you'll never stand out in this business, you're very unlikely to get a job. A lot of people there were 50 of us who graduated in the broadcast program, and I think 5 of us got a job in our major, and 5 to 10 years later, only 2 of us were still doing it. And it took me, I graduated in May, and it wasn't until October that I got a job, and I applied to more than 100 stations.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, and mine was sort of serendipitous. I took over a class for a professor when I was TAing for him, and he got sick, and I took over his class. It was a history class, and it was all my peers, and I thought I want to just wow my friends, and I realized how much I actually loved teaching, and so then my final semester of college, I readjusted and decided, well, I want to write, but I want to find a living that'll let me do what I love to, sort of share my second passion, which was teaching. So my very last semester, my life plan sort of changed, and I decided that I wanted to teach at the college
Have we
level.
seen your college
I know.
picture?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. You
Where
think yours
is
is
it?
bad? Look at that! Oh my gosh. Well, there was no digital back in Middle Ages. And,
Is that your husband?
That is my husband. We met my last semester, senior year. We're still together.
Oh, that's
he doesn't
cute.
look, he's got a little less hair, but just because he cut it, we're both got a lot of hair in our family.
That's so cute.
I love that. Okay, we're going to come back a little bit later because our panel agreed to stick around for a little bit. And when we come back, we're going to hit them up with some rapid fire questions about college life. Well, we're back to chat more about college life then and now. We've got Lisa, Jariah, Carol, and of course, Molly. Hi, ladies.
I like our sound off. Did you like your first college roommate?
We were telling stories during the break. How about it? Let's start with you, Lisa.
I lucked out. I had 2 roommates, and they were both random, and we had a good time. I mean, I've heard horror stories, and I had it good. I mean,
That's good.
yeah.
Jariah?
It was scary. We had some cool moments, but we had some sketchy ones too. Like, I don't know. I don't want to call anyone out, but
Yeah.
like
I loved my first college roommate. It was my best friend from high school, actually, at Madison,
nice.
and it was fantastic. We got along great as roommates, and we're still best friends.
I had a nightmare roommate.
No way.
Oh yeah, she went on the radio because there was no internet at the time, and she went on the radio and said she was looking for a boyfriend. I came back to my room and there were men everywhere.
No way.
Oh
Like
yeah.
lining up.
Oh yeah.
Why
And-
was this so bad?
Well, yeah, right. You think, except many of these men didn't leave and stuck around, and
that's
she
scary.
tested them out a little.
Right.
It was, it was quite. Talk about looking for headphones and things to put in your ears. It was, it was nasty.
That's bad.
is bad.
Nasty, nasty.
That's bad.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, we're going to do a little rapid fire, all right? So feel free to just kind of shout some of it out, too. What was your favorite subject or class in college?
Vietnam War.
I had history of Latin America.
Acting for camera.
Greek mythology.
Human sexuality.
I
taught it, baby. I taught
You were related to my roommate.
I taught sexual psychology my senior year in college. I taught the lab. It's true. Okay, what was your favorite snack food in the dorm?
I had a secret candy drawer that no one could touch, so
I
that
had
was all
one
mine.
of those. The chocolate
That's
drawer.
awesome. Yeah.
Sugar, anything.
Oh yeah.
I had a Nutella thing. I had just gotten back from Italy, and I was like Nutella crazy.
I'm thinking pizza. I don't know. We had a really good pizza place, both campuses.
All right.
Bad.
I liked ramen noodles.
Yeah.
How about, were you in a sorority?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I plan to pledge.
Okay. You plan to pledge. All right. Who's paying for your college education?
I was lucky enough. My parents paid for mine, and I'm still forever grateful for that.
And same with me. My parents paid for mine also. They saved up and paid some out of pocket, and then I was responsible in the summer to make money to pay
That's what I
for
did.
sorority books and then spending money.
Yeah.
Grants and scholarships.
So you're going to have student loans?
A couple, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way I was.
My parents very grateful.
Yeah.
All right. How often did you ditch class?
Okay, this is so funny. I ditched class every day as a sophomore and a junior because I could not schedule my classes around all my children. The soap opera.
Oh my gosh.
I skipped an entire semester of psychology and got an A in it.
What?
Yeah. I
My
skipped
college
every
roommates
day
did
except
Days
the
of Our
test.
Life. Same thing. They
Oh,
had to record
my
it all the
goodness.
time.
Yeah,
Did you guys ditch?
Don't say it out like your
turn off the
professors
TV.
are watching.
I actually geeked out on Doctor Who and binged on it, so I missed a lot of class.
Well, I have to say, because I know my students are watching, I was the perfect student.
Yes.
Never ditched. I
No.
can hear coughing from our cameraman here. Never ditched. It's a bad thing to do.
I bet you don't ditch.
Not often, but if it's raining too hard, like, big hair don't care, I don't want to mess that up. But I don't ditch too often.
Okay, we only got a little bit of
understand.
time left, like 30 seconds, so I want to go through this quickly. Worst job in college? I took care of the rats for psychology.
I didn't have any bad jobs.
Okay.
Really? I worked at a pizza place, and it was gross.
I worked
Same
on a
with
factory line cleaning the little boats, and the women hated me so much because I was going to college. They kept stealing my stool, and I had to stand for 8 hours at a time.
And I waitressed all through college. I had good and bad jobs.
All right,
doing
if you
that.
could have gone to a different college, is there one you really wanted to go to?
I think I might have gone to an art school or a school that was really geared towards maybe creative writing. I regret that I didn't get going on my first book sooner.
I would have gone to a school with warmer weather. I mean, walking to class at Madison was horrible. At 7 a.m. or whatever
like
my
Northern
first
Illinois.
class was.
Yeah.
I loved my college. I went to switch, but if I could have afforded it, I would have tried to go to Juilliard.
Okay.
How about you?
I think I went anywhere on the East Coast. I just love the East Coast, and I was a little scared to leave my family, so I stayed. Plus, I wouldn't have met my husband, so it worked out.
Well, like I said before, all I knew was skating before college, so if I went anywhere, I probably would have gone to Colorado to pursue skating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you guys for coming here and chatting a little bit of then and
Thank
now
you.
about college.
Thanks for being our moderator.
Yeah, you're
Thanks
welcome.
for
Good
having
work.
us.
Yes.
Thanks, ladies.